So I'm here this morning with Sandi Maki, who has been reading a new book by Gary Vaynerchuk, also known as Gary V to his legions of admiring fans. Does he have legions of fans, actually?
I think it's safe to say he
Okay,
does.
all right.
Yes.
So what's this book all about?
This book, The Thank You Economy, is about engagement in new media and traditional media. This book, if you haven't put it on the top of your must-read list, has to go there. It is absolutely fantastic. Gary has such a way with language, putting things in layman's terms while keeping it interesting and really sharing profound information. So if someone is looking to get into social media, if they've been in social media, or if they have no idea what social media is all about, this is the book that they should read.
Okay.
It is the book.
Got it.
Yes.
The book. Hold it up again. Make sure they can see it.
This is the book. Once you pick it up, you will not be able to put it down like I was not able to put it down once I started. It has got so much valuable information and really a lot of common sense application to something that people should know but don't necessarily know.
You'll notice some degree of enthusiasm here, by the way.
A little bit of enthusiasm, yeah. As an example, if there's a company that's trying to measure their ROI in social media and they're trying to put it down into charts and graphs and give their corporate CEO something to look at, Gary's point is that you're going to find your ROI in the relationships that you have with people, and there's so many examples
I have read
of
that many places that people say, how do I calculate the ROI? And the answer is you can't, really. Not in the traditional sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He also talks about something that I've pondered from time to time, is the Old Spice Guy campaign. The YouTube videos that they had put together that were such a success, and they gained all these followers on Twitter, and as Gary puts it, then they dropped the ball. After the campaign was over and that item was checked off of somebody's to-do list, they've had 23 tweets since then. And they had millions of people paying attention to their brand and their story. It was going
Short
well.
attention spans.
Short attention spans, and then nothing happened. So they pretty much let all of the traction go that they had, and it doesn't make any sense to those of us who are watching the social media world and in the social media world, but
Okay, so the takeaway there is that marketing is a never-ending process.
Marketing is a never-ending process. Good point. Marketing is a never-ending process.
Got that? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So this is a follow-up to Gary's first book, which was called Crush It.
Follow-up in a sense. It's got a lot of new information. It's still in the Gary Vaynerchuk voice, which I think a lot of us know and love. So it is his second book, but I wouldn't necessarily call it just a follow-up.
Tell the folks briefly who Gary Vaynerchuk is, because they might not know.
Gary Vaynerchuk, for those of you who haven't followed, is a very successful entrepreneur, businessman who launched an online wine library television or wine library TV program that he played via the internet. And in doing so, he really built a brand around the wine industry and created a following of people that loved his information and wanted to know what he had to talk about. And he really built it focusing on wine, but then became such a spokesperson for the entire social media or new media world because he was embracing it and making things happen.
So if somebody wanted to become famous in the new media world, Gary is the model to...
He is one of the models, absolutely, to look at. He's been very successful. We can't say enough about him. Love what he puts out.
Right?
I did meet him.
Tell us about that.
He is absolutely fantastic in person, just as he is online, although I was a little apprehensive, I have to say, because when you watch him online or in any of his talks, he gets to the heart of the matter. He's not afraid of the language that he uses, and he says it like it is.
He's a tell-it-like-it-is guy.
So I was a little bit worried about meeting him for the first time because I wasn't sure what it would be, and he surpassed any expectation I could have had. He is warm, genuine, awesome, very hospitable. It was a great time that we got to spend with him when we were in New Jersey at Wine Library.
Okay, great. So buy this book and read it.
Buy the book.
Okay, and Sandi, tell everybody out there who you are and what you do.
Well, I am Sandi Maki with the Insights Group, and we do strategies for people looking to get into new media. So we work with small businesses, entrepreneurs, and larger corporate clients to make sure that they are not looking at the wrong ROI, and we actually have a plan that can be implemented.
It's important to have a plan?
It's important to have a plan.
Okay, got it. Got that. It's important to have a plan.
Have a plan.
How would people get a hold of you?
People would get a hold of me in any way they would like. I am on Facebook and Twitter as @Sandi Maki. You can also reach me on...
I'm going to spell that.
Sandi Maki, SandiMaki. You can get me at the Insights Group website, insights-group.com, or, of course, old-fashioned telephone still works, 810-623-5839.
Okay, Sandy, thanks very much.
You're welcome.